black men and addiction, and questions around addiction and transformation. Rehab to Life. What is Rehab to Life? Explain that to people who may not have heard about it. Rehab to Life, what you do out there in the community.
Yes, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, princes and princesses. Rehab to Life is a charity that I founded, 5 years ago. The aim of our charity is to give free counseling to those who are willing to recover, from drug and alcohol addiction. And we also collaborate with another charity running soup kitchens and food banks, one in East London and one in North London at Finsbury Park. So we're very much involved, focused in these areas there. It is our desire to help our brothers and sisters, especially Afro-Caribbeans and so on, from drug and alcohol addiction. We aim to help them. We aim to sort of specialize in that area there, because there are too many black men and women who are in terrible denial, terrible and dreadful denial of their addiction. Whether it be cocaine and alcohol or whatever it is, or, could be gambling. But we deal with drug and alcohol addiction. And we would love them to come forward and to get well, but of course, it's up to them, because if you're not willing, to accept that you're an addict, you just cannot recover. It's not possible. So first they have to admit to themselves that yes, they are an addict, they have got a problem, and this is the first step. The first step is honesty, and maintain that honesty. Maintaining that honesty leads to recovery, because it leads to action, So please, brothers and sisters, get honest out there, and please let us know if you need help. What we're here to do to serve our community in that way.
Yeah.
We're not exclusively looking just to counsel black people, but we need more black people coming forward, because there's a frighteningly shortage of black people in recovery. If you went to a rehab center, you might be lucky to find one black person in there. That's how bad it is. So please come forward, and we see you all every day on the streets, walking up and down, begging for money and all this and that. Lots of you come from good backgrounds, good homes, loving parents. Some of you didn't have loving parents or good homes, so some of us had traumatic experiences as a child, whether you did or didn't, however, and in whatever way you fell into addiction, it doesn't matter. The thing is about recovery, getting out of addiction.
One of the questions would be, as a black man, one of the questions a listener had, Tamara, is, you are someone who transformed your life and the whole addiction. What does that look like in terms of some people? If we talk about drink, for example, some people like to drink now and then, some people drink regularly. How do people know when they are addicted, when it's a problem? So what would you say? I use the word, what does that look like? What does it look like, Tamara, to you? In your experience?
Well, I didn't know what it looked like until I became an addict myself and practiced it. And what it looks like is this: first thing in the morning when you get up, you want to drink, whether it's alcohol, or first in the morning when you get up, you want to start snorting, start smoking or whatever it is. It's not food, it's not have a wash, it's not this or that. It's just, you just want to start with that, and maybe you'll have a wash later. But that seems to be the first port of call. It's on your mind constantly. And once you start, you can't stop. And well, when I say you, I'm talking about me. Once I started, I couldn't stop. You know, I've got to go on and on and on with the drinking and the drugging and so on and so forth. And also, there's the other aspect where suddenly we find ourselves, or I found myself rather, telling lies, you know, to get money, you know, and so that when you run out of money, tell lies, you steal, you do all sorts of stupidness. Some people even sell their bodies. You know what I mean? I've known men and women who admit that, they prostituted themselves or whatever just to get more, you know. It could even be alcohol itself, for that matter. So this is basically the dilemma the addict finds themselves in, where once they start, they cannot stop, and their whole world revolves around addiction, active addiction. Yeah, until their eyes close, and then they start all over again. That is basically what an addict is.
Supreme Radio, Supreme Radio, Supreme Radio.
The original UK Black Men Talk radio show.